Here's the number one way to increase your revenue, to increase your business, and it's just one little change you have to make that you can do today. You ready? I'll cover it in this episode. Now, welcome to The Fighting Entrepreneur. As it's coming to a close, that's right, we're gonna be soon rebranding to The Anik Singal Show. I've got some amazing guests lined up. We're gonna be making a little bit of a pivot to the kinds of things we talk about on the show. I'm super excited about it. Coming in time, we're a little delayed on it. Lots going on. I'm trying to wrap it all up. And with the holidays coming, maybe at this point it might be in Jan. I don't know, but that'd be a good break, right? Start the new year with the new podcast. So again, anikpodcast.com to binge listen to all of our episodes. And today, let's talk about the number one trick to see a big increase in your business. You ready? Raise your prices. I know. Now I know you're having a reaction. You're like, oh my God, this again. There's gonna be a couple of common comments I'm gonna get. Number one, I'm gonna be called evil for putting this podcast out there because people will say, you're ripping people off. I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. That's not what I intend at all. Every time I say raise your prices, I will always automatically mean make sure your product is amazing. Make sure your customers are first, and make sure whatever you're selling is worth the price you are charging, and at least worth lots more than it, okay? Then there's gonna be the second class of people that will say my conversions will drop, or raising my prices wouldn't work for me. It's not, okay. Well, I just wanna tell you, after having done this for over 20 years, after having sold God knows how many tens of millions of dollars worth of products on the internet, I don't have any scientific research for what I'm about to share with you today, but I have a check on this, man. I have sold tens and tens of thousands of products from $1 upwards to, gosh, I've sold consulting deals that are six figures, multiple six figures. And so what I want to tell you is that a lot of you're arbitrarily picking prices, and they're weird. You're picking a price that's in the middle, which means you could go up and it wouldn't impact your conversions at all, and it wouldn't really impact your customer's life or their decision at all, but you'd make more. Your margins would go up, which means you could deliver a better product and have more money to invest back into the customer. So again, that's what I mean when I say raise your prices. So I'll tell you what, I meet people, for example, that are selling their product for $7.97, and I'm like, well, why $7.97? They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, did you know that you could probably go to $9.97 and see pretty much a very small drop in conversions, very tiny. But now you're making $200 more. 200 divided by 800 is a 25%. You will increase your revenue by 25%. Your conversions might drop by 5, 6, 7, 8%. Collectively, you'll make a lot more. Your margins will be heavily impacted. And usually I'll tell people, they're like, I don't know. And I'm like, just test it. That's actually the biggest lesson of today's episode, is test different prices. All right, so your first ceiling is $1,000. And what I mean by this is, if you are selling a product between $500 to $1,000, I'm not saying your conversions won't drop. I would encourage you to get as close to $1,000 as you can. And my gut and my experience shows that you will make more collectively. Will it be different in different niches? Will it might not work for you? Of course, that's why you test everything. Number two, I find the second ceiling, the second price elasticity to be at $2,000. Now, I see people all the time, $1,600, $1,700. Why are you charging that? Now, you will see a difference if you're charging $1,100, $1,200, and then you go to $2,000. So here's the deal. Let's say you're charging $1,100, $1,200 and you go to $2,000. Think about this. You did an $800 increase on $1,200. So 70%. Do you really think your conversions will drop by 70%? Mathematically, not likely. Someone spending $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, it's about the same as them spending $2,000 in their mind. Again, test it. The third price elasticity, or the third ceiling that we find, is $3,500. Yeah, we go from $2,000 to $3,500. So if you're selling something for $2,500, you could sell it for $3,500. That's what we've seen. I've seen it again and again. If you're selling something for $3,000, you can sell it for $3,500. If you're selling something for $2,200, you could probably sell it for $3,500. Now, remember, the farther away these numbers are, yes, you will see an increase in conversion, but your price increase is also so drastic that it should still win. So a drop in conversion, but a massive increase in price, you should still win collectively. I'm a big fan of less customers, more profits, and higher revenue, because it allows you to better serve those customers. So in many ways, this isn't just about you making more money, it's also about you delivering a better quality service to your customer. All right, so the fourth price ceiling we find is $7,000. That's right, they're starting to get further and further apart. I see this way too many times. I see coaching offers, consulting offers for $5,000. Now, $5,000 is a really strange number, especially if you want to run paid traffic to a coaching offer that's $5,000. As you start to scale between the cost of delivery, the cost of the salespeople, the cost of the actual advertising, $5,000 is too low. It's going to eat up up most of your margins. I'm not saying you're not going to make margins. You'll make money. But what I have found, we've actually done this on multiple occasions in the company in the past, whenever, so many years, decade. If you have a $5,000 offer, just make it $7,000. You'll actually convert almost exactly the same, but you will have increased the price by 40%. Can you imagine? Like, we don't ever think about this, but yeah, 2,000 divided by the original price, 5,000 is 40%. You will raise the price by 40%. I guarantee, well, I shouldn't say, I am pretty sure that your conversions will not drop. It's just math. The only time I don't recommend doing this is if you really are in the business of getting a volume of customers because you have something really exceptional in the back end that will make you all your money. Maybe, but still, I think, you'll get a better quality customer at 7,000. So, all right. The next one would be 10,000. That one's closer. Yes, 10,000 is a big mental barrier. So if you're selling an offer for 10,000. So then again, it's like, don't sell something for 7,500. That makes no sense. Either drop the price down below the ceiling to 7,000, where you'll see a bump up in conversion, or go up inching towards that 10,000 price. But 10,000 will be one of the major ceilings. Actually, it's a big one. One of the biggest drops you will see in conversion is when you go from 10 and above it. I don't know. It just seems to be like a big threshold. The next one is at 17,000. This is pure experience. There probably are many, many people that would argue with us on this, but we in the past had an offer we sold for $17,000. It was an event and it just absolutely did superbly well. And I remember trying to raise the price and it did not. And I remember decreasing the price and it didn't help. 17,000 was a really interesting number for us to freeze at. The next threshold is 25,000. Now we could keep going, but that's the next one. So if you're selling some, like right now, I actually recently did an event. Now, right? I sold at 20. I liked 20. I might still do 20, and but 25 ideally I should be able to do. Now the only reason I might still do 20 is because I'm changing another big variable of the offer. So the offer smashed it the first time I did it. I'm coming around the corner to the second time I'm going to be doing it, and I'm changing one of the components, a big component. So I'm like, well, I want to test that component in isolation. So I'm going to keep the price the same. But by the third time I do the event, price is going to go up to 25. And it'll stay at 25 for a little while, and then it'll kind of keep going up for this particular offer as we keep getting amazing results from our students. So there you go. Just a real quick price elasticity. $1,000, $2,000, $3,500, $7,000, $10,000, $17,000, and $25,000. If you're sitting in the middle, all I don't ask you to change your prices. I'm asking you to test. You might be really surprised at what you see. It is one of the best ways to raise your business and to drop the number of customers you serve, make more money, and do better by the customers who are buying your products. All right, there you go. Just a little business lesson, something that's working really well for us, and I think it'll work really well for you. All right, AnikPodcast.com, hit subscribe, click like, leave a comment below, and remember, we'll be switching over to the Anik Singal show soon. These episodes for the Fighting Entrepreneur will always be around at AnikPodcast.com and on my YouTube channel and on all the audio systems. So go listen to any of those, binge listen to any of them, and pretty soon we'll be hitting you up with the Anik Singal show. And remember, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. We'll talk soon. Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to The Fighting Entrepreneur with your host, Anik Singal.